Hey guys, welcome back to another problem. So today is day 2 of finding lead code. Our today's problem is remove element problem. As you guys can see this problem. So we are gonna do this 150 questions till I get a job, I guess. So let's see what is the problem all about. It's given an integer nomics and val. Let me tell you in this format because this problem is like uh, described a lot, but it is not that big of a problem. It's an easy, as you can see, it's an easy problem. So let's see. What does it say? It is given an integer array. Here you can see this array. And remove all occurrence of val nums in place. The order of the element may be changed. The return of the number element are not equal. So in easy words, what does it says is we're given an array like this or like this, or you can see this array 3223. Now there is a val also given, integer value, which is 3. We have to remove all the occurrence of 3 from this array and return the number of non-occurred element from the first. Means what? We have to remove this 3 and this 3 and just keep this 2 and 2 in the array and return the values of non-val elements, means non-val numbers, means without 3 we have to return this thing in easy words. Okay, so there are given two examples, 3 2 2 3. If we remove just 3, there is just left 2 and 2, so we return those two values of 2. Here in this big problem, as you can see, there is a big array given. If we just remove things 0 1 2 2 3, from there is only 1 3 that occurred, and sorry, here the value will be 2. So how many 2s are there? There is this 2, there is this 1 2, and there is this 2. So if we remove 3 2s from there, there will be 4 0 3, bring non-2 elements and 2 non-2 elements over here, which will result in, as you can see, 0 1 4 0 3. And those 3 2s will gonna push it in the end of the array, and it will not gonna count as we are gonna return only into 5, which will count first to fifth element. Okay, so this is the basic problem in structure. If you guys can understand this, okay. So there can be a brute force approach you can think of. You can think of and let me know. Okay. But here in the first, we are gonna do the optimal approach that I can think of in the first, which is like, let's just create another duplicate array with the same size as this array. Okay. This array's same size duplicate array will create. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through this thing. We're gonna go through this thing, this arrow, and just look for if. Let's say it is I. Let's say, sure, let's say this is I, which is iterating through the first array, and this mm, K. Okay, I'm forgetting the variable names, which is just iterating through this array. Now we are gonna see if I equals to equal. Yeah, so K will just look through this array, this new created array, and I will just look through the old array. So what we are gonna do is, let's say if I equals to val, if I equals to val, we'll not gonna put it inside the new. If I not equals to val, then we'll just say that the K or you can write nums of k or new array of k, whatever. The k will be the value of I. Okay. So what does it mean is in the first thing, there is zero, which is not a val. So we are gonna just put a zero over here, which is not going to be done. Then I will put from here to here, as well as can see yeah, here. Uh, where it is one, which is not is equals to right. And we're gonna put again one over here. You get the concept. Then I will go to two. 2 is the value, so 2 is not gonna be put it over here, but k also will be plus plus over here. K is equals to val and k will be plus plus. Okay, so k would be when it is not it is equals to val, then it will not, k will not gonna put this inside a new array, and then I will just update again it is equals to this val. It will not get put in new array. Then we are gonna update I over here. You get it, the concept. Then 3 will get put it inside this thing. Then I will just update again 0. Okay. So again this will get updated to 0. Okay. So at the end, this new array will be updated. Then we are gonna do what? We are gonna iterate through again iterate through the old array and the new array, and we are gonna do, let's say, nums of I to first array is ending needs to nums dot length. Okay, and then we are gonna just put the i's value I inside nums of I. Okay, so this will update the old array with the values of new arrays. Got it? This is the overall. If you want, I can just show you this approach code. Let me see. So this is the thing. It is using another array. Okay, and this thing is working as always. It's a approach. Okay, as you can see, one of the best approach as it is running in the O n runtime. Okay, but but there is a cost of it because it is using an array also. So it also has space complexity of on, which is not good. Okay, so we are gonna go for another optimal approach, which is kind of the best approach for this problem. Um, where what we are gonna do is we are gonna just, let's say, this is the array. Okay, as I will just iterate through the array. Let's do iterate through the array. I will go from here to here to here to here, iterate through the array, but we are gonna use another pointer over here. Pointer which will be k. K pointer will gonna be over here. Now while iterating through, if, okay, if nums of I not equals nums of I not is equals to nums of val. Okay, Sorry. Nums of value, just val, not equals to val. Then we will check spawner. When the I is not equals to the val, then k will be over here. I will be over here. Just I equals to k. Okay. And k would be plus plus this thing. Here it is not equals to value. Just remember that value is equals to 2. Right. Here I is not true. Then I and k will be same. I will go over here. Here nums of I not is equals to L. Then k would be over here and here. But this thing over here, I is well, right? I is well. Then I will not gonna be. No, first k plus plus would be happen. Then let me just do one thing. Let's just show core int I to long dot length. Okay. Okay. So here first k plus plus will happen. Now I is equals to val. So the k would be stuck here. K would not gonna be change this thing. I will just iterate till it finds another value which is not is equals to val. Here I is equals to again val. So k would not gonna be updated. I equals to val. No. Here 3. Then we'll gonna change this thing from 2 to 3. Right? Again, just I will go over here. K would again go plus plus. Here I is not equals to 0. Then we'll change it to 0. I mean I not equals to pi. Then again I will go from here to here where I is not equals to val. Also K will be plus plus. So we go here will be 4. Again I is equals to val. So it will not gonna change, but k plus k would be over here. So now at the end, what we're gonna do after the like loop ends, we just gonna return k. Here k is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. K's value is 5. And the output over here is 5. So if you want, this is the code here. Over here, we are just iterating through the array and just getting the iterating through the array, checking for if I not is equals to val, then just going through it. If we run this code, the father. So where the code is running properly, as you can see, best approach, not using any storage also, meaning space also. No, we are not going to use any arrays. So that's it for this problem. Thank you. And like if you want more videos like this,